Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real English Talks.
Hello, Gracie. I am so happy to be here today.
Me too, Alex. We have a topic that is perfect for this time of year.
Yes, we are talking about looking back. How was your year? That is the big question.
That question always feels big. I try not to think about it too much, actually.
Really? I love looking back. I opened my photo album from January 2025.
Oh, that is the concrete way to do it. I just remember the difficult parts first.
We're the complete opposite. I focus on the small victories, like I made coffee every morning.
That is a victory. I think I only remembered the big projects I failed.
No. Let's start simple. What is one really good memory you remember from last year?
I remember the trip we took in the summer. That was a great moment.
Oh, yes, we drove for 3 hours to the beach. Do you remember the red truck?
I do. The truck broke down, but we just laughed. That was fun.
See, a small problem became a good memory. We just focused on the moment.
That is true. And I also learned something important on that trip.
What did you learn? Tell me the lesson.
I learned that I need my phone less when I travel. I kept it in my bag.
That is excellent. I think I learned the same thing about my laptop.
Did you use your laptop too much last year?
Yes, I did. I worked late every night in February. I really needed a break.
February was a difficult month for many people, I think.
It was. But then in March, I started running outside. That was a big change for me.
Running is so difficult for me. Did you run a lot?
I ran 3 times a week. I always ran before breakfast.
Wow, that is great dedication. I preferred sleeping late this year.
And that's okay. We all have different priorities. But I felt strong when I ran.
I felt strong when I finished my book project. I finally submitted the final draft.
Wait, you submitted the draft? That is huge news, Gracie. Why didn't you tell me?
It happened very quietly last month. I was so tired afterwards.
I need to celebrate that achievement. That was a major goal for 2025.
Thank you. It definitely made me feel better about the whole year.
So when we look back, we see the hard work. We see the clear actions.
Yes, it's easier to talk about the concrete things we did, not just the feelings.
Exactly. Talking about simple actions helps English learners too.
I ran 3 times a week. I kept it in my bag. Simple English is best.
Absolutely. We are using simple past to describe our memories.
It is the perfect way to practice reviewing your past year.
Let's talk more about the biggest challenges we faced when we come back.
Sounds like a plan. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We have more reflection coming up.
Welcome back, everyone. We are talking about 2025 and looking back at the biggest moments.
Before the break, we focused on the successes, the things we did that made us feel proud.
I mentioned running and you mentioned submitting your book draft. Those are great accomplishments.
Yes, but let's be real. It was not all perfect. Every year has some big challenges, right?
Oh, absolutely. My biggest challenge this year was actually a small thing to become a big problem.
Oh no, tell me about it. Was it about the car again?
No, not the car. It was about my phone. I lost my phone for 3 days in the summer.
3 days? That sounds terrible. Where did you lose it?
I think I left it at the airport coffee shop. It was a very early morning flight.
Wow, that must have caused immediate stress. Did you realize it immediately?
No, I realized it when I arrived at the hotel and needed to call a taxi. My bag was light.
And then you felt that sinking feeling, the realization it is gone.
Exactly. I felt completely disconnected. I couldn't check emails, I couldn't check maps.
That's a huge challenge in the modern world. How did you manage to fix it?
I had to buy a cheap temporary phone just to make calls. I used the hotel computer for everything else.
So you learned to live without immediate connection for a few days. That's a real lesson.
It taught me that I rely on that little screen too much. It was difficult, but I learned from it.
That's the key, isn't it? The challenge becomes a lesson. My challenge was different.
Tell me your big challenge for 2025. Was it the deadline for the book?
The deadline was hard, but the biggest challenge was dealing with a very difficult client.
Oh, the client who always changed their mind about the project specifications?
Yes, every week they wanted something different. I finished the work and they said, let's change the color.
No way! That is so frustrating when you invest a lot of time and effort.
I invested too much. I worked extra hours almost every night for 2 months.
That affects your energy for everything else. You must have been exhausted.
I was. I felt burnt out by October. I had no energy to run or cook dinner.
So, what was the lesson you took from that difficult situation with the client?
The lesson was about saying no. I learned to set clear boundaries for my time.
That is a great lesson. Sometimes you have to protect your time and your energy.
I realized I can't do everything. I need to keep some time just for me.
And that's such a powerful phrase for English learners to remember. I need to keep time for me.
It's simple English, but the meaning is deep. It's a self-care phrase.
We talked about simple sentences and short phrases. They're easy to remember and use.
Exactly. We're using simple past tense to describe these difficult experiences.
I lost my phone. I worked extra hours. Simple actions, big impact.
Did you talk to anyone about the lost phone? Did you share the stress?
Yes, I called my brother using the temporary phone. He laughed, but he helped me track it.
Having someone to talk about a challenge is so important. You need support.
That's another thing I'm grateful for this year, my support system.
Oh, I love that. Let's shift our focus to gratitude now. What are you most grateful for in 2025?
I am grateful for my new work schedule. It gives me time to focus on my health.
That is a very concrete thing to be grateful for, a schedule that supports your life.
Yes, I appreciate the flexibility. What about you, Gracie? What makes your gratitude list?
I'm grateful for my kitchen. I started cooking much more this year.
Really? You were talking about fast food before. Did you become a master chef?
Not a master chef, but I learned 3 new recipes. I made my own bread.
Oh my God, homemade bread is the best. That is a big win.
It smells amazing and it tastes better than store-bought. That made me very happy.
See, these simple moments are what we remember when we look back at the year.
Simple actions, but they create lasting memories. It's all about the experience.
I think everyone listening should write down 2 or 3 things they are grateful for right now.
It doesn't have to be a huge thing. Maybe you're grateful for your coffee mug.
I am grateful for my warm socks today. It's cold outside.
Perfect example. We use simple descriptive words to express appreciation.
We are covering the good, the bad, and the lessons learned from 2025.
We hope these simple phrases help you talk about your past year with confidence.
When we come back, we will talk about the biggest lessons we learned and our final thoughts.
Don't move. We're just getting into the deepest part of the reflection now.
We'll be right back after the break. And we are back ready to talk about the big lessons of the year.
Yes, I have one major realization that completely changed my routine.
My biggest lesson was learning the word no. I always said yes to everything.
Oh no, that sounds exhausting. When did you realize this was a problem?
It was around August. I had 5 meetings in one day and I felt extremely tired. I hit a wall.
5 meetings? That's too much. What simple sentence did you start using instead?
I started saying I cannot fit that in today. Simple, clear, no long explanation.
I love that phrase. I cannot fit that in today. That's perfect English for our listeners to steal.
It protects your energy, and that is a massive lesson from the year.
My lesson was about patience with new skills. When I started baking the bread, it failed 3 times.
Wait, the bread failed? You didn't tell me that part. What happened?
The first time, the oven was too hot. The second time, I used the wrong kind of flour. It was a disaster.
A disaster in the kitchen, but you kept going. That shows real commitment.
Exactly. The simple lesson is if you fail, you try again. Don't stop because of one bad day.
That is such a powerful message, and we're using the simple past tense to talk about all of this.
We used I learned, I failed, I stopped, and I tried again. These are your power words.
I think now is the perfect time to talk about the final feeling of the year. Are you happy with 2025?
Overall, yes, I feel grateful for the small wins and the big lessons. It was a year of growth.
Speaking of growth, did you travel at all? Did you go anywhere new last year?
I went to the coast in September. I saw the ocean for the first time in 2 years.
The ocean, that sounds refreshing. What was the best specific moment from that trip?
I sat on the sand and drank my morning coffee. It was quiet and peaceful. That memory is golden.
See, sensory details. We remember the smell of the salt and the taste of the coffee. That's how you express memory.
I took a photo of the sunrise. I look at that picture when I feel stressed now.
That's a great coping mechanism. Do you ever feel sad when you look back?
Sometimes I remember missing a birthday party for a friend because I was sick in November.
Oh, that's a difficult memory. Feeling left out is never easy.
I felt bad, but I learned that rest is more important than going out when you're ill.
That is another massive lesson, prioritizing your health. Did you send them a gift later?
I did. I sent a book and a card the following week. It was a small thing, but important.
Small actions keep relationships strong. This ties back to our simple sentences, too.
Yes, we're using phrases like I sent a book and I felt bad, clear actions.
Let's talk about the next step, taking these lessons into the new year.
What are you committing to in the upcoming year based on the lessons of 2025?
I am committing to more I cannot fit that in today moments, protecting my time.
I'm committing to trying 3 more difficult recipes. I want to try croissants.
Wow, croissants are a serious challenge. Good luck with the flaky pastry.
Thank you. It is exciting to set simple, attainable goals based on what we already did.
It makes the future feel less scary when you know what you are capable of.
We are capable of a lot. And remember, every lesson we learned, we expressed using the simple past.
Listeners, keep repeating these phrases out loud. I learned, I traveled, I cooked, I said no.
These are the easy English phrases that build confidence fast.
We hope you're feeling inspired to reflect on your own 2025 now.
Take a moment to write down those 3 grateful items we talked about earlier.
And tell us about them. We love to read what you're learning and what you're happy about.
We're getting closer to the end of our reflection, but we still have a few key points left.
We need to talk about one big financial lesson we both learned this year, too.
Oh, that's a spicy topic. That lesson was rough for me.
It was necessary, though. We'll share that critical money lesson right after this short pause.
Stick with us. The final segment is coming up next. Okay, we're back. And that financial lesson we mentioned, it was a huge wake-up call for me.
It was. We both looked at our bank accounts at one point and had the same thought. Where did the money go?
Exactly. I looked at my spending and realized I wasted so much money on tiny, unnecessary things.
Me too. My specific lesson was about subscriptions. I paid for 3 services I never actually used for months.
Oh my God, the subscriptions are a trap. I learned that I needed to say no to all those automatic monthly payments.
That's a perfect phrase for our listeners. I learned to say no. That's simple English, but it changes your budget instantly.
It does. I learned I could save $50 a month just by canceling 2 things. $50 is a lot.
Wow, that's massive. I started tracking everything to see where the cash was going.
Tracking everything, like you used a small notebook for every single coffee you bought?
Exactly. I wrote down every purchase over $5. It was painful, but very helpful.
That's the ultimate concrete action. Did that process make you stop buying your expensive morning lattes?
I still bought my favorite coffee sometimes, but I definitely said no to the extra bottled water and the snacks.
So the real lesson isn't about stopping enjoyment, it's about stopping the waste. I learned to stop the waste.
Yes, and it ties back to our earlier point about setting goals. I set a concrete goal. I saved $500 this year.
That's a brilliant, achievable goal. I wasn't that structured. I just focused on saying no to impulse purchases.
But that's equally important. Tell me the single worst impulse buy you made this year. Be honest.
Oh, the worst? It was a giant, brightly colored novelty hat I saw at the airport during a layover.
A giant green hat? No way. Did you think you needed it for immediate short-term happiness?
Yes, I thought this will make me happy right now, but it was a terrible investment. I wasted $30.
I spent $30 on a hat. That's a perfect sentence for our listeners to practice the past tense of spend. I spent $30 on a hat. Say that sentence out loud, listeners. It hurts your wallet, but it teaches simple past tense perfectly.
I spent money unwisely, but I learned from it. That's the key to reflection.
We're using our real-life money mistakes to teach simple, reusable English phrases. This is our method.
We are. We want our listeners to steal these phrases and use them in their own conversations tomorrow.
So, Gracie, if you had to pick one new financial habit for 2026, based on this year's reflection, what would it be?
It would be to check my bank balance every single Friday morning. No hiding the numbers. I will check the balance every Friday.
That's a strong and simple commitment. Mine is similar. I will only buy one subscription service at a time.
That's smart and keeps the waste down. We're applying the specific lessons we learned in 2025 directly to the future.
This whole conversation has made me so grateful for the small wins and the big lessons this year.
Me too. Even the money mistakes taught us important things about our habits. We're grateful for the challenges.
We are also incredibly grateful for everyone who listens to Real English Talks every single week. Thank you.
If you're finding these simple, concrete lessons useful and fun, please hit that like button right now.
Liking and sharing the episode helps us reach many more people who want to improve their basic English speaking.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We release new energetic lessons every single week.
Subscribing means you won't miss any future episodes where we talk about real-life situations and simple language.
Now, we talked about my worst impulse buy, the green hat. We want to hear from you now.
We call this our question of the day. What's the silliest thing you bought this year that you immediately regretted?
Use the simple past tense. Tell us, I bought a bright green hat, or I spent $100 on a terrible gadget.
Your specific answer helps everyone practice English, and we genuinely love reading them. They make us laugh.
We're approaching the very final part of our 2025 reflection. We just need to sum up the main feeling before we finish.
Let's quickly review the 3 most important English phrases we repeated today just before the summary.
Excellent idea. Let's make sure everyone remembers those simple sentences one last time for maximum retention.
Stick around for that quick recap and the final positive summary of our amazing year of learning.
So, recap time. Phrase number 1 was simple but critical for starting any reflection conversation. How was your year?
Yes, it's short, polite, and immediately opens the door to using the simple past effectively.
Phrase number 2 was about lessons learned, something we all need to talk about. I learned something very important.
This helps us transition the conversation from problems to solutions. I learned patience, for example, which was huge.
And phrase number 3, which was a wonderful one for sharing the good stuff. My best memory was.
That phrase is a joy to use because it naturally focuses on the positive things that happened, like your perfect holiday coffee.
These 3 structures, how was your year, I learned something, and my best memory was, are your essential toolkit for speaking English about the past year. Use them.
And speaking of using them, thank you so much for sticking with us today for this final reflection of the year.
If you found these phrases helpful, even if you only stole one new sentence from us, please show your support.
Hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it makes a huge difference to help us grow.
We want to reach more people who are ready to learn English in a practical, real-life, and completely natural way.
Share this episode with a friend, maybe someone who struggles to talk about their own memories in English. It helps them and it helps us.
And if you haven't done it yet, you know the drill. Please subscribe to the Real English Talks podcast right now.
Subscribing is the absolute best way to ensure you never miss our simple, energetic lessons every single week.
We've given you a lot of challenging but fun things to think about today, Gracie. We talked about goals, memories, and terrible purchases.
Yes, and we are still waiting for your answer to our big question of the day. We are impatient.
Tell us, what was the silliest thing you bought this year that you immediately regretted?
Don't forget to put your answer in the comments below. Use that simple past tense.
We practiced today. Your specific answer helps us keep creating content that is useful, but it also helps the whole community practice reading and responding.
It's true, interaction is the fastest way to improve your English speaking confidence.
Gracie, this reflection was intense, but I feel really ready to step into the next year now with a clear mind.
Me too, Alex. It was a fantastic year of learning, and we appreciate every single listener who joined us.
Remember, learning English is a long journey, and every single conversation, every episode you listen to is a major step forward.
Keep practicing those simple sentences. Speaking clear English is achievable. Consistency is the key.
Don't try to use complicated grammar. Just use the simple structures we practiced today to communicate clearly.
For everyone listening, thank you for being the best part of Real English Talks. You motivate us every day.
We wish you a wonderful, safe, and exciting journey ahead, whether it's learning English or conquering a new goal.
We will talk to you again very, very soon in the next episode for more energetic conversation practice.
Until then, please take care of yourselves.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.